Welcome to our
Open Taps. I'm Jess.
I'm Mara.
Meow, meow, meow. And we're back with, I know, y'all are excited, highly anticipated.
I mean, you guys said you'd be here for us to cover this on a weekly basis, so I'm hoping you're cool with us revisiting a topic so quickly.
Because Sister Wives, which is now, well, I guess it's not officially finished. There's still like bonus, there's like bonus wedding.
Yeah, we're filming this before Christine's wedding has happened.
Yep.
Because we kind of figured we had 4 tell-alls, and surely we had plenty to talk about even without the wedding.
We do. And so when did we film our first one? Was like right before the season started?
Yeah. So our megasode, catching you guys up to where things stood, was released right before the beginning of season 18. We knew going into the season that Janelle and Cody were separated, but we didn't know exactly how that had happened. And Jess, what would how would you review this season overall?
So I feel like it's hard to describe because it feels like we learned so much, and yet sometimes not a lot at the same time. There's a lot of filler. And I think that's because they're all so separate, so they have to go, film them all separately. They're not in the same. Well, Janelle and Robyn are in the same town, but they're obviously not together.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I feel like we learned a lot, and yet there was still a lot of episode for what the information we got. Like a lot of filler time and a lot of Cody.
Far too much Cody. And
Robyn tears.
Yeah. Tears for our audio listeners is in heavy sarcastic quotations.
You just wanted to sit on a front porch with her sister wives.
I know you guys are breaking up your 30-year marriage, but I just need to step away right now.
I can't be here. The Delulu. I don't even know if it's Delulu. But some of the things she said at the reunion, or not the reunion, but the tell-all, like her one-on-one. I'm like, girl, let it go.
They are, yeah. So we're like, how should we? Well, my feelings are similar. Like, too much filler. I think that they actually should switch to doing like 6 hour-and-a-half episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Like that way we can get the scenes that actually are impactful, but it just is so drawn out. And it's like we found out some real shit this season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and we'll get into it, but it was surrounded by endless like the number of times I saw the same photos of them as 20-year-olds, like while they each retold history,
revisiting. Yep.
I just was like, guys, I can't. You're so far behind real time. You've got to move faster through time to catch up.
Yes. They're not helping themselves. I mean, that's the nature of reality TV and having social media now. We see all of the things before they happen. But yeah, they're not helping themselves by taking this much time, having these many episodes with so much. Like, I understand the look back and stuff, but not we don't need to do it every episode.
No.
We don't need to bring up the family photos and go back to when Robyn first came into the family every goddamn episode.
If they could have gotten through, like, because I think the season ends like roughly right before Christmas 2022. I think if they could have made their way to like spring 2023, like maybe end when Christine and David are first getting together, I think that would have been better use of the episodes they had. There'd be less filler, and it would be a lot closer to being caught up. So it wouldn't feel like we've heard this already. Like, come on,
literally. I don't know what their schedule is, but they need to hop to it. But so should we?
I don't know. Should we go like
just give like what we like highlights of the season, what we learned, and then go into the tell-alls, or like
I don't. The one-on-one. Sorry, no, they're called they shouldn't be called tell-alls because they are tell-sums.
Yes.
Um,
Um,
I don't know. Do we want to go? Yeah, like I don't know if we should go person by person, if we should go chronologically. What
I
happens?
don't know if I could remember that. We could go person.
Like what happens for each person in the season?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe let's start with Christine because I feel like hers is mostly just like I'm single.
Yes, because she had a lot last season. So
Mm-hmm.
we just see obviously that because she's living in Utah now. She's very happy because she's around most of her kids and her
Mm-hmm.
grandbabies
And
or
her parents,
and her
yeah.
parents, and she's loving it, even though she goes to Flagstaff relatively often to take Truly back to her
Yeah,
cycle and daddy and to
I,
visit with Janelle.
I think she has to go back to film is the like real world reason, but
Yeah.
yes, it's framed as like
Yes.
I miss the kids. Truly needs to
Yeah.
see Cody because God forbid Cody come to Utah to see Truly. We know that ain't happening.
You can't take him away from his younger children.
That's right. He can't visit
He
his
can't go a
other
day
young
without
child.
daddy.
Yeah. Well, don't worry, Jess. He likes taking them to school. That's
Oh
why
yes,
he
yes.
prioritizes it.
I love the evolution.
Oh,
Oh God,
yeah.
Christine. So yeah, you just see Christine having fun, hanging out with friends, talking about how much happier she is now that she's
Mm-hmm.
not with Cody, talking about the potential of dating. And so yeah, your point of they should have included with like her meeting. Is it David? I already forgot his name.
I think that's his name. Yeah.
In there because we were already talking about her dating and stuff. So like
Yeah,
that you could have just included that in this season.
that would have been kind of the natural progression to her storyline, I
Yeah.
think, would be to get to that point so that it's like, oh, I've started dating and oh, I think I found like the
Yeah.
one.
Yes. Since we already
Yeah.
know. So like why not? And also a lot of her conversations with Janelle because Janelle's talking about her feelings with Cody and Christine is like, leave him, girl.
Christine, yeah, Christine's function this season is like being happy on her own. She has her 50th birthday party, like she's hanging out with her kids a lot and being a sounding board for Janelle and like trying to be supportive of whatever Janelle wants to do, but like
She's
barely
also like,
containing her glee of like,
it's
yes,
okay
yes,
to leave,
yes.
girl. And I feel like something and I don't know if she ever explicitly said this, but I feel like she definitely not to be like a role model, but she really wanted to let Janelle know that there's hope on the other side. Like,
Yeah.
there's not, it might be painful to leave the situation, but if you acknowledge that you're not, which Janelle does say that you're not getting, you don't have the kind of relationship that you want. And even though we are, they're older, I don't know, is Janelle 50 also? Is Janelle
Yeah,
older?
I think they're both like let's say early 50s
Yeah.
now.
That it's still like, girl, because she's like, we're still got life to live. We're only,
Uh
we're only 50.
Janelle is glowing.
Yes.
Never been more beautiful.
I'm like, girl, do not let this man hold you down. And I know, yeah, I guess we're still talking about Christine, but yeah, that's really Christine's
Yeah, she
function,
does.
really like showing
Mhm.
Janelle, like, girl, I'm happy.
Yeah. Yeah, she has like one like horrifying scene with Cody in the Salsa Bravo, which we saw. We were at Salsa Bravo half the season. Um
I just know we're gonna get to that man child,
yeah.
but I just have to say right now that I truly believe, and I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, there is something deeply wrong with that man.
Yeah, we'll get there, but I think it's a combination of being a narcissist, like having narcissistic personality disorder and being on TRT. That is my hypothesis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, any
Cuz
more about
yeah.
Christine?
No, I think that Christine had like the
Okay.
least content this season. It's
Yeah.
mostly just her kind of being a sounding board
Yeah.
and her moving on.
Yeah. Okay. Who, Janelle next or
Well, the other person who has no content because we know nothing about their life is Robyn. Christine we saw far more of.
yes,
It,
Robyn? What
Robyn's
do you
main
mean
function
with
is to
that?
give
She is
irritating talking
a
heads
mother.
because
She is a wife who wants to be a sister wife. She didn't want the man, she wanted the family. Okay? And she's really struggling, Mara, because the kids. were mean in a group text,
Oh, I
and
forgot. Yeah, that was at the beginning of
so
the
they
season.
didn't want her children to belong, and her children forgot what their siblings look like, and it's just. I always want Cody to have good relationships with his sister wives and his children.
And scene. Like, I mean,
Thank you.
that's, but okay, so that is really, I'm trying to think if she has any action. So here's what drives me crazy, and the reason why I want Robyn and Cody off the show, we don't know anything about their lives. The only thing they do, the only content is them talking about the other wives.
Yes, we
Like,
know that. Besides the information we get about Robyn early on in the show, like years ago, that she came in, was divorced, whatever. Obviously, her
mm-hmm.
kids have been adopted now by Cody.
In that
But like, we
horrifying
don't know.
picture she had done to show them as infants with him, that thing.
Please,
Yeah.
I just recovered. All we know about her is that she has these children. They have a nanny. They have this big house, and Cody is always there. And this is what happened the last few years in Flagstaff with COVID, that was his primary residence. Robyn was the one who respected him,
Yeah.
and that's where he chooses to be present for those young children. So like, out that's all we know. And we know that they love each other, that that's his soulmate.
Mm-hmm.
um
They have
that
matching
Robyn
horsey rings now.
that Robyn is they're very delulu, because the things that they say, you have these two saying these two things, and then you have three other women plus all of these children all saying something
Plus
else.
television cameras filming
Yes.
the actual
They're
what
like,
happened.
I don't know what they're talking about. He's not always at my house.
I never took that personality test. Maybe I remember. No,
Somebody
I
did it
never.
for me.
Yeah,
Thanks, Christine. I brought
hard
your
cut
banner.
to her sitting there with the clipboard. But in terms of the season, the only thing that I think she actually had a plot point on was that group text. Like, that's really the only thing that she
And with
did.
Meri, which I think is very
Yeah,
weird.
that's right.
Her
That's
other
right.
only plot or thing going on, because is always that she was a third in this conversation with Cody and Meri, because she speaks Cody.
It's which and it gives the energy of Meri going to a teenage Meri going to her parents asking for permission for things.
Yeah.
It is bizarre.
It's like, can you be here with me? Can you hold my hand while I talk to him?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So we'll talk about that. We can segue from this into Meri, but like, so Robyn's main, aside from her stuff with Meri, her main thing she did this season was like stir the shit with all
Mm-hmm.
of the kids in this infamous text chain about from which basically everyone agrees the family will never recover because of things said on this text chain that we
Mm-hmm.
have not seen. Gwendolyn did show a couple, like her piece of it on her Patreon apparently, but we have not seen the full text chain. But basically Robyn like segued from the kids trying to do this gift exchange for Christmas between the siblings into like, we're
They've never
traumatized
felt,
by you,
yeah, they've
we've
never
never
felt a
been
part of
welcome,
family.
the Ariella and Saul don't even know your names anymore. Like, she just completely dumped all over these kids after having basically stolen their father from him. Or,
And
well,
we're like,
that's not fair because Cody's a grown ass man. He
yes,
makes his own choices.
yes, true.
But facilitating, aiding and abetting Cody and abandoning the rest of his children. And
This
then she says
text chain
they're
started as a
traumatized.
secret, wasn't it like a Secret Santa gift
Yes,
exchange text chain?
because
Like,
when you have a shit ton of siblings, you can't buy them all presents. So you
no,
pull an egg and you
yes.
buy one present.
And then I guess I don't know if that jumps ahead to the one-on-ones, but something like she wanted everyone to get on a FaceTime call or something, and they're like, we can't
I
get
think she was like
on
wanting them to do it like right. It sounded
like
like she
right
wanted them
then.
to plan to get on it right then, and half the
Everyone's at
chain
different time zones.
is on the East Coast, and they're like, "Well, we have work in the morning. We're about to go to bed. Like, I don't have time to get on a
And
Zoom
she's
call
like,
right
this
now."
week you hate my children. They've never
Yeah,
been welcome.
you don't think of me as a mother. You don't respect me as a
Was
mother.
were the other moms on the chain, or was she just
No,
in it because of she has the younger children?
I think one of her older kids added her to the chain.
Probably.
Nobody had and said that's exactly what happened, but that is what I have inferred because I think that they were counting on like Aurora and them to coordinate on behalf of Saul and Ari, the way that I think the other kids were coordinating on behalf of
They're young.
Truly.
Yeah.
And I think they just brought Robyn in and she like blew the whole thing up. That's kind of what I've surmised.
Yeah. Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, wait, I thought it was a chain with the kids. How did she get
Yes.
on it?
Because Christine and
And
Janelle both said they
like,
saw it after the fact.
yeah, they weren't
And
included.
Cody, I think, also got added to it, but I think it is very telling that he chose not to get involved because I think he knew he couldn't, what Robyn was doing, he could not stand behind. Like, there was no way for him to, like, stand with her on this one because she was getting too crazy.
She's so emotional. Not like that's a bad thing, but it's
She's
just
so
like
dramatic, dare I
she
say?
is. She is. She just takes I was like, how did we go from this to your kids never felt welcome and they've never been accepted in the family and
They forgot what
girl,
their older siblings look like. Like, this is a lot.
going to bed. Can we talk about it tomorrow? Like, that's it.
I literally just want to buy my siblings a present. Can I, like...
She's like, no, I'm gonna chop it up on you right now. Yeah. So that's
That's really
literally
the only
her.
content she had this season, other than like making weird, like her talking heads, her and Cody's talking heads are always so crazy. Anyway, okay, Meri. Segueing into Meri, because the other thing she did was like try to continue to cajole Meri into staying, even though Cody has said on national TV he does not consider himself to be married to her anymore.
I was like, why do you want this woman to suffer? Because one, I think Meri has been boo boo the fool for too long anyway,
Oh.
but whatever, her and her
Meri
commitments
is
that
the
she was
queen
honoring.
of the full island.
But as we learned, obviously, that's been going on even longer than we as viewers thought.
Should we talk? Are we going to talk about that? I think we have to.
Yes, let it out. Go ahead. What was the
so
bomb that
I alluded earlier to the horsey ring. So there is a scene when Meri is like awkwardly asking for permission to move to Parowan from her parents, Cody and Robyn. Basically, she decides like, hey, I need to spend more time at the inn, and she doesn't want Cody to think it means she's giving up on the marriage, which I can't even say without lying, without laughing. And she notices he's wearing a different ring. So he's not wearing his Claddagh ring that they all bought for him to wear with all of them. Yeah. He's wearing this like little horsey ring, which makes me think of the Barbie movie, how Ken is obsessed, the Kens are obsessed with horses because they think that's what masculinity is. And Robyn has a matching one. So he clearly has replaced his wedding ring. Okay, so we thought that was like, and he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. No, there's so much nuance happening right now. Why are you getting hung up on this? And it's like, obviously it's a very big deal if you're not wearing your wedding ring anymore. Okay, but we find out that this is not the first time he has replaced a wedding ring, because we find out that when he was courting Robyn, this is one of the wildest things I've ever heard. I was telling this to my best friend who is a psychologist, and I was like, please help me unpack what this means. He took the ring that Meri had given him because she was the first wife, so he was wearing the ring she had given him with both her, Janelle, and Christine. Like that became their collective ring with him. But when he was courting Robyn, he took that ring without telling any of the wives ahead of time and had it melted down for the gold and diamonds. And then after the fact, when questioned about it, he was like, I don't want Meri to have claim over me anymore. Bitch, what is marriage if not having claim over someone? Like, just what?
Melted down.
Not given away, not put away, down. Not given back like, to her to give to her child to use someday if they wanted to. Melted down. And it sounds like turned into rings for Aurora and Brielle, which is even wilder.
Lord.
So my interpretation of that is, so you guys were divorced when we met you.
Because that was, the beginning. That's first season.
That's season 1. We see him wearing that ring in season 1. And then it's gone.
And to just not say
that means you guys, so that completely recontextualizes the catfishing, because in my mind, that was not cheating.
Nope.
Because he had broken up with your ass.
Yep. And then even at that point, and then he marries Robyn. And then even further, because then y'all get a legal divorce.
Yes.
So for him, it's like, oh yeah, ring gone, legal binding gone, out of here.
Which makes sense as to why he was so, like, compared to how he is obsessed with Christine, he was so chill relatively about the catfishing. Because I think in his mind, they were already broken up.
He was like, oh, wow, so disappointing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Like, so you
melted down your wedding ring
for this long. Because what did that show start? 2010,
I think.
10?
You've been divorced for 13 years. And this didn't even come up in the season. It just got brought up in the tell-all because Christine mentioned it. And I know people are mad at her, but technically that was her wedding ring with him too. So I kind of think it's her story to tell as well.
As much as, I don't know. I wasn't mad at Christine. I get Meri because Meri's embarrassed.
She was furious at Christine.
But like, that sounds victim blaming. So you've allowed this man to embarrass. But I just,
at some point, it's been 13 years.
Colors, even past that, right? If we wait till after the catfish, that's been what, 7, 8 that he's been blatantly like he would give her these little glimmers of hopes, but most of the time he would blatantly be like, I don't want a relationship with you. Like,
why are you still here?
Your home anymore. Once your child graduated, he was like, ain't no need to be over there anymore. This man has ignored you like for years now. Even like at the end of Las Vegas, what are you moving to Flagstaff for? Who?
For the money. They pressured her to move so they could keep her money. I mean, that's the bottom line.
And they're talking about this like every time she would talk about like going up to Paramount, but that doesn't mean I want out of the family. And like, but you keep saying you don't hang out with the other kids, you don't spend time with Cody, you're just there with Robyn as like what, her babysitter or
her emotional support animal.
Yes, literally. And Robyn's just like, please, can you reconsider, Meri? Don't give up.
And we find out that in one of those conversations that Robyn doesn't even talk to Meri, really. Like, Meri calls her out and is like, if I'm going to be around here, you need to actually call me sometimes. It's like, Meri, buy a vowel, because
like, be happy in Parowan with Jen and whomever else,
and the new man,
and your business, because like, again, you've wasted enough time. So like, go find your happiness, and I'm glad up here she is doing that. But I'm like, I don't understand. And Robyn just like, I still don't get it, especially with that, seeing as she doesn't really reach out to Meri or talk to her as much as she would make it appear. Why is she so desperate for her to stay there? Like, why is she holding on to all these people that she don't even like?
So I think everyone says it's the money, which I do think that must be part of it. Like, yeah, she doesn't want to be off the reality show. She doesn't want her reality show to be over. She wants Meri to keep paying into the family fund. But I think she also, like, because I've thought about this a lot more than I really should, considering this is a reality television show. But it's like, I think that Robyn she wants everything and wants to not have to do anything for it. So it's like, she does want sister wives, but she also wants Cody to spend all of his time with her. She wants to be a polygamous family and seen as a mother to all of these kids, but she doesn't do anything to allow the other mothers to take care of her kids, and she doesn't take care of any of those other kids. Like, it's like she wants it all, but she doesn't want to have to do any of the work it takes for those. Like, those kinds of bonds happen through input.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't just, like, form out of like, I don't consider you to be my mother out of nowhere. Like, that comes
Yeah.
through, you holding my hair back when I barf, when I'm 12 or what. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
like she doesn't wanna do any she just wants
It to
the
be.
benefits and none she doesn't have to do any of the work.
Yeah. And like you obviously came into a family that was already formed afterwards. These kids,
Mhm.
a lot of them have, had memories for a long time. They've been used to this. And you come in with your children and now so that's going to take more work. And
Yeah.
I don't think did that. And it seems like maybe they had better relationships ish in the past. And I just back to Meri because
But
I'm
yeah,
just like, since she was the one who went searching and like, oh, for Robyn, and I'm just like, how I wonder how that, not to be like, oh, how does that feel, but like, how does that feel
I
to
think
have
she hasn't
advocated
confronted it.
so hard for this person to come into your family, and then that person being, the shoe that broke the camel's back. Like there were obviously problems there, but to be his soulmate, or if he finally was in love with somebody, like,
I I think Meri hasn't confronted it yet, which is why she got so mad at Christine when she told that
mm-hmm,
story, because I don't think she's confronted yet the complication of, like, I'm the one who brought in the person who, like, sounded the death knell to my marriage.
yeah,
And, like, I think
that might take some therapy.
well, she said something interesting. The other piece of that is that in the tell all, she said something interesting about how Cody kept wanting her to do things for him and find out things for him. And, like, I've also seen I love Growing Up in Polygamy. If you've seen that channel, it's great. Um, they talked about how like, the first wife is often sort of like the enforcer.
Mm-hmm.
So I also like this gets into some of that, like, victim perpetrator dichotomy in some of these religious groups of, like, I think that she might also be struggling with, like, the complicity of her being Cody's heavy for certain things and, like, being the one who was potentially kind of abusive towards the other wives and the kids in the name of this marriage that then, like, clearly meant nothing to Cody because he just, like,
Mm.
discarded it and let her hang. Like, I would not treat anybody the way he has treated her in terms of just letting her hang on.
Oh my God. And for so much of it to have to see, especially, I mean, what he said, so much of it was nasty. But then also to
So
have to see it
nasty.
from TV, like you don't even get
Yes.
it. You
Not
have to
even the
watch
respect
it
of to your
on
face.
television, him being like, she can go marry another man. I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what she's holding on for. I don't want anything to do with her. Like, uh, and anytime
Yeah.
like she would bring that up to Robyn and be like, no, he's making it a point that he clearly does not want this marriage or this relationship to work. He doesn't mean that. He's just very angry. He doesn't mean that.
He still thinks
Stop.
of you as part of his big picture.
Yeah. Yeah, his big money picture.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he literally said, yeah, you and out with the trash. Just give
He,
me that cash. But Robin's like, no, he did. No, he's just been under a lot right now, and he still wants the
he
family.
wants
He
you in
still wants
that
the family.
barn dominium.
Yeah.
That was so awful. Cody suggests that Meri stay in Flagstaff and that she helps them pay off the land
Very
so
important.
that he can then build a barn dominium, which is a large garage that has a loft over it. Now, that is a helpful, like, there are circumstances where that can be very helpful. It's often used as, like, a guest house
Mm-hmm.
for people
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, or, like, if you're still building your main house, like, maybe you but, like, he just wants to put her out there indefinitely
Yep.
with the cars he doesn't want anymore,
Storage.
like a piece
And
of
didn't
trash.
he, when they were having their little meeting to kind of like reparse out the land,
That was
and
wild.
so what, I forgot how many lots they had or acres, but isn't it like Janelle has four, Robyn has four, he has four, something, it is like she has two or like one.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it's like, wait, why?
I desperately. I will watch this until season 30 if we get this. A forensic accountant, a lawyer. I would watch 5 hours of like a detailed breakdown to where all of this money has gone
I
and
need to
who
know.
paid in what.
Because that was another sad thing with wait, we haven't discussed Janelle, have we?
No, this might be a good
Okay.
segue into Janelle.
So a sad, obviously, so Janelle's going through it with Cody and realizing how he is changed, or maybe reeling. Yeah, they say he's changed. Maybe not. He seemed to be a different Cody at one point. He used to be more fun and confident. Now he's paranoid and anxious and rude and obsessed with Robyn. And we also got some kind of conversation that, like you, not conversation, confirmation that you guessed that they had a great sex life.
I told you. I was like, I think that part of why Cody keeps Janelle around is that they be fucking. I mean, Cody I think is like a wet rag, so I'm sure it's not him, but like I think Janelle is maybe a freak, which
Yep.
I would love for her.
Yes. I was like, girl.
Because I think Robyn is just starfishing.
Oh God.
Like she's just sort of like
Mer. Oh my God.
And Janelle is
get it, girl.
Mm-hmm.
But so there's a big falling out with Cody because he's trifling. He's not coming around. She still has a child in school, Savannah.
Yes.
He's not coming around to see her. Does. It'll be weeks on end, but he doesn't see her. It's very
at
awkward.
Christmas. He literally ends up not even calling her or doing anything at Christmas, like the deadbeat dad that he is.
Mm-hmm. And they have a big fight. And
which we get to see.
Yes. I was like, God. And what a child he is. He was like, what did he say? He was like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. He did something like that. Like, I'm like, are you 5?
You stay and talk. No. I won't.
No. Like, what?
Because you're not listening.
He called her the Teflon Queen or something. Like, I was like, what? Or he called her something like a liar.
Yeah.
I was like, don't you dare.
He's like, you've robbed me of contact with my family. I'm like, you've robbed yourself. Your kids, like...
Did she take your phone?
Yeah. Like, did she change Savannah's number?
I love how he blames everyone but himself. He's like, you turned my kids against me.
We'll get there because Cody this season, like, he has a talent for infuriating me.
Mm-hmm.
But he also turns in that fight to the camera like a gigantic fucking jump scare and is like, tell the world. And I'm like, don't make eye contact with me. Like, don't look at me.
A warning. Because, like, oh, how dare you?
Yeah. And after that, she is like, come get your stuff.
Get out.
And get the fuck out my apartment.
Because she has to keep moving, which is unfortunate. Of course, she wants to build on the land, but is that ever going to happen? We don't know.
It's not paid off.
One of her frustrations and something that's admitted out loud is that, all her money is tied up in the family. Like, it was easier for Christine to leave because of because she bought that house, and then I forgot what they said, like she traded her.
Yeah, Cody was on the house and then he had to go off of the house so that he could take, I think, another mortgage out on the one with Robyn.
Yeah.
So she was the only one left on the house, which made it easier financially for her to leave because she could just say, you keep Coyote Pass interest.
Yeah.
I'll take this. Though honestly, I think she probably deserves more considering what all she's done for the family over the years, but like at least that gave her the freedom to leave.
Be like, whatever.
I think so too. She was like, deuces, guys, have a good life.
The benefit of not having a legal marriage, whereas Janelle is really like kind of stuck. She didn't buy a property there. Her money's tied up in Coyote Pass, and
because she gave all the proceeds from her Vegas house to Robyn to buy her $2 million property.
So it's less, it's not as easy for her to leave, which is sad. But she keeps reiterating that she's done, that she doesn't think that she could be back with him, but she also still seems like she's more in the whatever their faith is that they claim, and still like sees herself still married to him, since they even though, my girl, And don't ask Robyn because she'll be like, yes, they're still married to Cody. Yes.
They're all my sister wives still.
Even Christine.
Even Christine. Yeah, Janelle, I think, is still a woman of faith.
Uh-huh.
And she basically says that there's like no one to give them a divorce because they aren't really participating in their church anymore.
I mean, I feel like that means null and void.
Well, and she says something of like, I can't say that there's been like this horrible abuse, and I'm like, I would beg to differ, Janelle. I think that he has
Abuse
been
is not just
emotionally and
physical.
financially abusive to you for years.
Yes.
Just because he's not, though, I don't know. Well, what else is there to say about Janelle? We do, I mean, basically just that like she spends the whole season slowly saying more and more that she's not going back to him.
Yeah.
And by the end, slash based on recent interviews, like she might not say divorced, but she's divorced. Like
Yeah.
they're not getting back together.
No. Spending a lot of time with Christine and their families, spending
Mm-hmm.
holidays and stuff together, which I love and which is all we want to watch,
Yes.
is the Christine and Janelle show.
Yes.
And so outside of them, before we get to that big ass hat named Cody, some other things I just want to state some things I noticed this season
Yes.
is that a lot of the older children were not in it. Like
Mm-hmm.
Leon, Maddie, and Caleb. I don't think we saw them.
No, not on camera.
Logan and his wife. I think they're married now. Haven't been in it for a couple years.
Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter, which he might have been there like, or that might have been last season.
I
So
He wasn't on
you
camera,
see
but I
more of
think
like
they,
Christine's
yeah.
kids, and
Yeah.
then obviously Janelle's. I think so. Let's see. So she has Savannah, and then she has a Gabe, and
Gabe,
she has the
Garrison,
two
and
boys
Savannah are the three who are still
in
on
flags.
camera pretty
Yeah.
consistently.
Okay.
And then most of Christine's kids are willing to be on camera.
Yeah, and you really don't see Dayton.
No, we never see Dayton.
It's like I don't know if he's still in college, but wasn't he living? Because like whatever the
Yeah.
other older one is, I think she's in college, but she's living at home. But yeah, we never see Dayton.
Dayton lives in a RV on their property, or at least he did. But I
Oh.
think he's the only one of her kids who like kind of hasn't drunk the Kool-Aid.
Mm.
Um,
Hmm. Interesting.
I
But
don't
yeah, I
know.
just noticed that with the older kids, which love that for them, although I am nosy. And I was
So some of them are
surprised.
going to be in the Christine wedding episode,
Yes, I'm
which
excited
I'm
for
very
that.
excited about.
I
Yeah.
was surprised to hear that he hasn't been talking to Maddie because Maddie named her daughter like
Mm-hmm.
Evangeline Cody or something. But
Yep.
apparently they have not been talking. I'm like, and
And then
that's
there's
crazy
that,
because her husband was like his bestie or something. Like
they
they
were
like
like cousins or
cousins,
something.
second
Yeah.
cousins, or they knew the family for a long time. And I'm like,
Yeah. And she was on a podcast where she basically said like, I'm not going to let people be in my kids' lives who can't be there consistently for them.
yeah,
So they don't know Cody. Like her kids don't know him at all.
yeah, because I'm sure he makes no efforts
No. Well, he
to
has
talk to
tender
her.
age children at home,
Oh
Jess.
yes, I
He
forgot.
can't get to North Carolina.
He cannot. He can't even FaceTime.
Yeah.
Nope,
Yeah.
nope, nope. What other things? That was really those are the main things. Oh, also
Oh, the kids
that
did talk.
McKelty.
Yeah, let's cover the kids before we
Let's.
get to Cody in general. So McKelty, I feel really bad for. Like I feel bad for all of these. Like let's just put,
Well,
they
yes.
all grew up on TV.
Yeah.
They all have a deadbeat dad.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for every single one of them. However, I do find McKelty pretty insufferable.
Yes.
Like, I don't enjoy her on my TV.
I'm not a fan. I'm like, I don't. I'm not. It's not that you can't have a relationship with Robyn. It's just. I don't know. It's weird.
That's not my problem. I just
Oh,
think
what's yours?
she's just too like both Cody and Christine are very dramatic people,
Yes.
and I think McKelty has like is trying to combine each of their version of drama
Ooh.
into this kind of like performance when she's on camera, and I just find it really insufferable to watch.
She's always been unique, and I've always just been like, I mean, I guess, and obviously I don't have children. I don't desire to have children, but me as a, it would just I don't know, her relationship with Robyn would it just rubs me the wrong way for some reason. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, whatever, I guess.
Well, on her Patreon, she said that Robyn doesn't really talk to her anymore.
McKelty?
Yeah. Like, she talks to her dad regularly, but she doesn't talk to Robyn.
Interesting.
And both her and Tony were saying, like, they keep trying to get the older kids to come visit them, and, like, basically Robyn won't let them.
Not shocked.
Like,
Those kids are very much under
I think
her
Robyn
control.
is super controlling as a parent.
Oh, yes. I'm
As
surprised she
evidenced,
allows Dayton to live off of, yeah, I know he's, older, but surprised she didn't like strong arm him into feeling like he had to stay at home.
yeah, I mean, the interviews with Brielle and Aurora, like, and even
Ooh. Ooh.
or Brianna,
No.
whatever her name is.
I can't remember.
But it's just like it's really sad to watch.
They're like, and no matter what anyone says, my mom they parrot her.
Yeah,
And even with the crying, like it's
mhm.
just very much little Robins, and it's like,
It's really sad because it's clear they think that the rest of their family hates them.
mm-hmm.
And if you listen to any of the rest of the family, it's so clear that they would love to have a relationship with them again. But
Yeah.
it's like not possible really because Robyn just has them so
They're like,
brainwashed.
my mom, no matter what anyone says, she has always advocated for our dad to have a relationship with his other kids and his other wives. Like, shh, you sound like your mother. Be
Okay.
quiet. Yeah, I feel they just have a weird dynamic over there. And anyway, because what was it last
It's
season, the season before, the
weird.
whole thing with when she had COVID and just how weird they were
That was
being, and the
so weird.
getting her ear pierced, and just like they just have
That
this
was
really like because she's what I don't know 19,
she's the
20,
same age as Gabe and
and
Gwen.
they
She's like
and it's
21.
like she's 12 the way
Yeah,
they are. They're like, oh my god, our precious little baby angel.
it's
Like,
so strange and like
it's very
weirdly
odd.
like kind of sexual. Like it's
I don't like it.
uncomfortable to watch.
Didn't she like send Cody like Cody's I don't know.
Yeah, like
It's just
Cody, she was having that panic attack and Cody like picked her up and like it just was
I don't
weird.
know.
I don't know. I really want the best for those kids. I really truly do. And I don't think that Robyn and Cody are great as parents. That's just
Mm.
like maybe I'll just leave it there. I mean, Cody, there's a wide range of evidence, but like their specific parenting style. Aurora is the only one of them that seems vaguely normal to me, and even she has panic attacks and does all that stuff.
Yeah.
Or maybe Dayton. I don't know.
We don't. Yeah, I don't know the last time I've seen him. So,
Yeah. What else with the
well,
kid? Oh, that sad scene where they were all eating together and they were talking about how like Robyn could have their dad, like they didn't
yeah.
need him
Like, I don't need a
anymore.
dad, and I'm like, we all need
All
a
need a dad.
dad.
It
Yeah.
was very sad. Any of the stuff with the kids, even if McKelty annoys me, like all of the kids, I just feel really bad for. It seems like their dad is just a real piece of shit.
Especially like as a person whose biological dad has other children that he's a better dad to.
Mhm.
And it's one thing to like, see that sometimes or hear about it, whatever, but like for it to be in your like
To
the
be on
on
TV.
TV,
Yeah.
so it's like, God dang, or just to have like you may have thought about it, but now you have clear evidence that, oh yeah, he dotes on these kids. He takes time to be with these kids. He's taking them to school. He's
Buying
concerned about them. And
buying them ATVs and
yeah, I'm like, where are y'all getting this money? I guess the show, but
Meri and Janelle.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, any of the stuff with the kids is just sad.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, we've been dancing around it, but the man himself, the family annihilate,
God.
possibly based on some of the things he
Which
said.
I'm happy that it has not happened, but it's just like when we were talking about in the last one, the things, I don't know if it was like a preview, but when the things he would be saying out loud, talking about like I'm like, he gives that vibe of like that he would hurt
Yes.
some people, and I'm like, yes, I think he might be. I don't know if like sociopath is the right thing. Like he's that man is not well.
He's unwell, I think.
Yeah,
He
the watching him from I have always thought he was a little off, and whatever since the first, but this like watching him from the first season till now, and especially the like last 6 years, let's say, I'm like, my God, you need help.
he yeah. I mean, like, just that ring story is pretty crazy, like,
Mm-hmm. And
that's
this,
not a normal thing people do, like, that's not normal
no,
way people
mm-mm.
that's not normal.
All of his one. Wait, are we just talking about the season, not the one-on-ones, right?
Oh, we can talk about the one-on-ones too.
Because all of his one-on-ones, I was
Crazy.
like, because all of this now that you're so butthurt that these women don't want to sit here and be abused by you and they want to go live and like enjoy their lives, and now you're like, oh, I never loved them.
Yeah,
I was never in love with them.
and then
I just
it's
did
just,
this
like,
to get married.
constant back and forth of, like, I acted loving towards them, but I didn't love them, and I think maybe what he was saying is that he was never in love with them,
Yeah.
which I could see coming from a very religious context, I could see that, like,
Mhm.
there's a lot of talk about how, like, you don't romantic love fades, like, it's more important to, like, love their soul or, like, love them as a person
Mhm.
because, you may not whatever. So, like, I could kind of see that, but he then, like, extrapolates it. I think that's what he's trying to say. It's very incoherent and difficult to tell. But if you extrapolate that out, he then says like, "My sin was not being romantically in love with them, and now they wanna leave me? Like, what?" Like, he keeps acting like this whole like, he keeps acting like the idea that somebody wants their spouse to be romantically in love with
Crazy.
them is an unreasonable
How
expectation.
why would
And
you
I'm like,
ask
"I don't
this?
know what to tell you, sir." Like, this is
His everything he said during the I was like, "What?" Actually, the entire season. I'm like, "What is wrong with you?
yeah.
And what tech are you smoking?"
And
He
he
said,
says the exact opposite things nearly back to back in the editing constantly.
"Mhm.
And
Mhm.
you're just sitting there like, are you
Did
fooling
you forget?"
yourself? Do you think we're dumb? Like, what is going on?
Christine talked so much shit about me and they've ruined me. They destroyed my relationship with my kids. How'd they do that?
If I'll believe Christine is in love when she stops talking about me,
Oh,
and I'm like, "So you don't love Robin then?" 'Cause like oh, we didn't even talk about that. When the in the meeting when
oh.
Janelle and Cody get back, like, they're at Salsa Bravo, and he comes in clearly thinking they're about to reconcile, and
Yeah.
Janelle's like, "I don't know." He spends that entire conversation where his wife is telling him she wants to stay separated from him, talking about Christine.
Hmm.
Like, he is obsessed
He
with
will not let it
Christine.
go.
He cannot even it's been nearly 3 years.
Yeah.
He
And
is
he's like,
still
she
obsessed with
just,
it.
and I, that man. But the thing with David and saying like, yeah, she's gotta talk shit about me because that's the only way that he will be with her is if she didn't leave a good man. What? Huh?
That's so weird.
Like
And
he,
David's very like, "Yeah, just it seems like they just weren't a good match." Like, he's
yeah,
just so chill in
yeah.
comparison.
He
Like,
is,
he's
but yeah,
so
it's like you're obsessed. Like, get over it. But everything that is wrong now is Christine's fault, and then
yeah.
now it's Janelle's fault. Also, I mean,
But
he doesn't even
even
give.
less Janelle, though.
Yeah,
He
but it's
is
Christine. Christine
he
was the catalyst for all of this. Like, I think for showing the others, she was the first to leave,
yeah,
and
I
he's like,
guess.
"Wow, you ruined everything."
He is I think it's because the kids all love her so much,
Yeah.
and I think he knows that they'll never love him the way they love her because he was not a real parent to them,
No,
so
yeah, she literally, with her and Janelle's kids, was at home raising all
and
of these
Leon.
babies together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
being like, yeah, that's why they all love her. And he's like, they're not talking to me, and they like you, and you left me. How dare you? Like he is. Some of the things he was saying was just like, bruh.
And he literally told Suki, like, "Until they come to me and tell me that whatever. I'm never gonna let this go. And it's just like, I guess stay mad and die. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell
Eat
you.
dinner, bitch. Because
Like,
like he is, and with his like, it's just so weird him saying like, what did he say about when he first knew he was in love with Robert or something? He was something for like a month or
kept
something.
saying he's weeping with
Oh
joy.
yeah.
He had been married to 3 other women for 20 years, and
But
yet
he met her, and now he was just weeping for a month.
be so for real, buddy. Like, what in the world?
He's a freaking nut job. But yeah, I just was flabbergasted by his like, because I feel like sure maybe he may not have been in love, but and obviously we weren't there. But I feel like from what the accounts that we get, that him and Meri did have like a good relationship at some point, and now he's trying to be like,
100%.
oh well, I did it because I had to, and I added in Christine, and I got Janelle. I just had to do what I had to do, and then I found my true love, and the fourth one, like,
Yeah. No, I don't buy that for a second. Like, he even from the early seasons, like, he had good first of all, I don't believe he's that good of an actor, okay?
yeah,
Like, I don't
no.
the act is easy. No, it's not.
For him saying, I mean,
Oh, yeah,
I
we
don't
didn't
want
even
to
talk about
pretend.
that breakup scene, which I guess we can now. But anyway, he keeps saying, like, "I was acting," and I'm like, "I have seen you acting. You are not a good actor. So, like,
No,
don't miss me with this whole, like, I always hated them or whatever, like, or I
we are
always
not buying it.
like,
The
no."
the breakup scene.
So Meri, as I said, the energy is always teenage, like, Meri is a teenager going to her parents asking for permission. So they're having the scene where they're talking about the land. This is where it comes out that he's like, "Oh no, Meri, you only get 2 acres, the rest
Yeah.
of us get 4. This is what I wanna do." And she's like "So wait, why do you each get 4?" And they're like, "No, no, that's not what it is." And she's like, "4, and then 2 plus 2, that's 8 altogether. And guess what? Because you're legally married, that's both of
Yeah.
you." And then she's like, okay, she wants to have the breakup conversation. And Robyn cannot handle it. She starts weeping and she walks off. I don't know if she thought they were going to chase after her, but God bless the editors for leaving her mic on.
I've gotta remove this.
We can hear her just like walking around the leech filled pond, uh like like that audio is left on while we're looking at Meri and Cody, which I'm like, God bless the editors for leaving that in. And then when she can't stop the conversation, she comes back and she's like, I just I want to I just want to be supportive of you two. And then Mary's like, I'm not going to force somebody who doesn't love me and doesn't want to be married to me to stay in
Mhm.
this relationship. And Robyn's like, he doesn't think that. Cody and I disagree. And it's like, what? Oh, he does love
You
you.
disagree on how he feels. It was so like, no, he doesn't mean what he says, even though he says it for the last 5 years and he says it on TV. He doesn't mean what he
He
says.
doesn't mean it. And Mary's like, I'm not going to make him act a way he doesn't want to act. And he's like, oh, the act is easy.
If I need to, I could. And what did he say? Basically, like, if I have to act like or
Oh, yeah.
pretend to be like for
I'm,
this
always,
relationship,
I'm even willing to put more work into the act,
let
I think is what he said.
that man is so psycho.
He
What? Who
is
said that?
unwell. Like, what in the world?
Robin's like, no, I wanted to. I pushed my sister away.
By the end of it, Meri is holding Robyn's hand in consolation.
Like it always becomes about her. This is
Always.
Meri basically ending like saying
A
there's no point.
30-year
Yes,
relationship.
and Robin's like, but me, my
It's
feelings,
so
my sister wives closet.
it's so it's just absolutely
When he
unhinged.
like even when she brought it up at like the house, I think that's when she had mentioned the ring. He's just like she's like, yeah, I'm thinking about moving my business up to Paraguay. He's like, okay. Like nothing. Nothing.
It's like he just wants her to be, they've all said this. He wants her to be the one to end it. So he
Mhm.
just like gives her nothing
Yep.
and then is
And sh
like, I
and
thought we'd
she's just
agreed I
been
was going to
like,
keep treating you like shit. I thought we
yeah.
literally just had a conversation where we agreed on that.
And she's like, she wanted him to say it, but he's not man enough to be like,
No, he
hey,
is not.
he's always gonna be a little bitch and be like, but then when they do, I mean, he didn't put up no fight with Meri. But yeah, he
No.
was never going to say, he was never gonna have the balls to be like, coming to you as a man.
Yeah.
I just don't feel the feelings for you no more. And I want you to be happy, girl. You know? He would
Coming
never
to
say
you 13 years after I melted our wedding ring down, I would like to take ownership over the fact that I do not want to be married to you
that.
anymore.
Like, again, happy for them not living their life on TV, but I wish I could get thoughts from Leon about the
Oh my God.
situation,
Yeah.
like how they feel about Cody and the situation with their mom.
I mean, it seems like Meri has done a lot to repair that relationship.
Mhm.
So I hope Leon's happy for Meri,
Yeah,
that
because they
she's
they
not in that
struggled for a
situation.
while, especially
Yeah.
around the catfish time.
Yeah.
Um,
I think once Leon went through their change and Meri kind of like came to grips with all of that, I think it seems like they're in a better place.
yeah,
Um, but like, yeah, Cody is, it's just, it's such unhinged behavior. So he's constantly rewriting history. He's
mhm,
constantly like trying to gaslight them into just leaving him so he doesn't have to be the one to do it. So it's like not on his record, quote unquote. And I'm like, I don't know like, he doesn't want to have any of these conversations publicly because he thinks it'll make him look bad. And it's like, well, because it is bad. So like,
yeah,
just own it. If you want to be a piece of shit, like
yeah.
just do it.
You look bad
Um
already, like ignoring her and
yeah.
her just living like I just all of these people moving down here. And not like there's anything wrong with living by yourself, but when you're supposed to be part of this big collective family and you're
Yeah.
over here buying a house by yourself or renting a house by
Why has
yourself and
Meri
like
not lived with Robyn and Cody?
it would make sense.
It would make complete sense for them to
If
share a
y'all
house.
still wanted to eventually get back into this big family house, if you buy a house, obviously with money, y'all have enough money to buy something big, then that would make more sense than her renting a big house by herself and
Yeah.
always being by herself.
I mean, she really loves Robyn's kids. Like she could
Yeah.
be there and like help take care of them and then you wouldn't
Isn't that
need
what
a
sister
nanny.
wives do?
Yeah. I mean, like it doesn't, if they actually wanted to be a family, that's what they would have done with Meri, but like
Yeah.
Meri wants to be family, but they don't want to be family with her.
No.
Like,
So it's like, stop lying. I'm just tired of like, y'all want to say these things and you do the opposite.
yeah.
But you want to say like make yourself these victims when you're out here. You got Miss Girl just hanging around, driving hours and back and forth between Parowan and here for what? To wait for you to give her a phone call sometimes?
Well, and I'm really actually glad we got to see some stuff with her and her best friend this season because
Yeah.
you could just see the difference of her spirit when
Yes.
she's like, I'm in a place where I am loved and wanted and I have like a purpose.
She
Like,
has community, even with Jet and her husband, and
yeah,
because she lost her mom, unfortunately. But I don't follow her on Instagram, but sometimes I see her posting with like some people, and it's like even that, like you were surrounded by so many people who are supposed to be your family, and you have more of that when you're in Utah. So I'm like, you should have gone a long time ago. So I'm glad she has gone up there.
yeah,
It looks like that is much better for her, and hopefully she can, if she wants to, because obviously everyone doesn't want to find someone
yeah.
or a date, just have fun, or just have just have friends. Do what she wants to do. Live it up, girl. You
Yeah,
got no
Meri,
chance. You got no
Cody
young
broke that
chance.
covenant with you a
Oh,
long time ago.
yeah.
So
Like
you don't let anything hold you back. Like
yeah.
if you want to be with someone, get out there, date, but at least be around people
Mara,
who actually
they're
love you.
still because you know what Robyn said. She's still
They're
my
still her
sister wife.
sister
Don't
wife.
say that. Don't
Don't
say
say
that
that.
to me.
I can't deal with
To
that.
someone else, maybe, but don't say that to me.
Don't say
Mary's
that
still
to
my
me.
sister wife. And so is Janelle. And
And
so is
so is
Christy.
Christine. And I'm not just being dramatic, Christine.
I was
God,
like, girl, please.
she
Peak
yeah.
drama. They're
Yeah.
not your sister wives.
No.
You are a woman. What is it?
Monogamous.
Yes, you are in a
Yes.
monogamous relationship. You are legally married to your husband. Y'all have your children. You have your home. That's it.
And you
That's
have
it.
it all. You get the man, you get all of the money,
Mm-hmm.
and now get off my screen because I don't want to see you
Please keep those
anymore.
eyebrows elsewhere.
I
Please.
get them like okay. Well, I could talk about this forever, including with Cody. Like, I feel like I have more things I want to say about him. I was about to transition into like, where do we think this goes next? But I'm not ready because Cody. Okay, so the other thing we alluded to this, but like Cody also has multiple things this season talking about like going dark, getting dark. He calls his children assholes. He calls
Mm-hmm.
them jerks. He says that he's not clear, but it implies that he wants to punch them in the face, which I think he's talking about his ex-wives and children. If they talk bad about Robyn, he talks about like it is so aggressive and
Yeah.
like if I didn't know that everybody was well right now, I would be
Mm-hmm.
worried for the safety of Janelle, Christine, and their children.
Yes. Was it this season or was it last season when he was like with his friends or cousins or something in the
That
car
was
and he
this
was
season.
saying all of I forgot what he said, but he
Yes.
was saying some shit out loud where I'm like, homie,
Like, you need a
Jesus.
therapist.
Yes. You need to talk to through these feelings 'cause you've got a lot and one day it
This
could
is
go
scary.
left. Yeah, because the things
Yeah.
he's saying, he's like, I forgot exactly what he was saying in that car, but there were some things where I'm like, oh no.
Like, oh, yeah, because I put this, we were talking about this in a different episode when we were recording it, and I think I put it as a bonus at the end of that episode.
Mm-hmm.
It was between the last time we filmed. Anyway, yeah, like I told you, I thought like I wish that they had put something on the screen saying like like the domestic violence national hotline or something because like
Yeah.
that is what it sounded like. It sounded
Yes.
like he was threatening to hurt people.
Yeah.
And then
Like I've just
himself,
been
like
in a
self-harm
dark
too.
place and I've just
Yeah.
been having my dark thoughts and it's like you
I
need to
can't
get to a therapist,
if you're
please.
being dramatic for TV, this is not the way to do it because this is
No.
like legitimately scary. Like I'm worried
Yeah.
for you and your family.
Because we see it all too often with men
Mhm.
and taking out their frustrations or their mental health concerns on their wives and children. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was like,
This is a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
Batman. Okay, I have to pause. I really need chapstick. Sorry.
Okay. Um yeah, it was scary and like if they were going to include that content, I really think they should have like had some kind of commentary about it or like
Yes,
acknowledgement that like this is kind of
that was
a lot.
irresponsible of them because
Yeah.
he went that, especially that conversation. He went over. He crossed the line. I
Yeah.
think
I think
with
so
that.
too.
He's a. But yeah, the things he has said, especially about his children. I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't care if they're over 18. You are the parent.
But the phone goes both ways, Jess.
Oh, I forgot.
If we had to hear that one more time, I'm like,
Oh,
you're the parent. The burden of like they did not ask to be born.
nope.
So the burden of the relationship falls on you no matter how old they are. Like
You
call your
haven't
kids.
heard from them? Pick up the phone. They've moved. You can FaceTime.
Yeah.
It's that important to you. Plan a trip out there. You can travel to officiate a damn wedding, so you could go visit your children.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's
He's
just
always got time for his friends though, but
oh
not
yeah.
time for his kids.
Yeah. Man trips, but
And
not
he continuously wanted, and I mean, it's a part of religion and stuff, but always because when they comment on like Cody just loves kids and he wants to have more kids, even like in the beginning, and it's like, so you want all these children, but you don't want to parent them.
yes. You want to let them parent each other.
Hmm. And now they're all older, and now you're like, well, now I've got my single family, and I can really focus and be a great dad here, and ignore all the other ones. But that's their fault and their mom's fault, not yours.
It's just so he's
Yes,
just a terrible father. He calls them assholes. He he
like the wanting to when they were like last season, still living at home and like 18, get out. I'm like, when you're in this
in the middle of a
position,
pandemic.
yeah. you're not supposed to like push your kids out that soon, if especially if you're in this position when you and Robyn got this daggone $1 million mansion. Be quiet.
Like, yeah, isn't that one of the like isn't that something that is a sign of prosperity, is that you don't have to kick your kids out at
Yeah,
18? Like,
because isn't what's her name and living with y'all, and she was, but yeah,
yeah,
of course she was
Aurora,
following the
Dayton.
rules.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. It's just it's such like it's double standards, it's
Hmm.
gaslighting, he's just
They
so
owe an
abusive.
apology to Robyn.
And like he clearly thinks he's right about everything, and the way he talks in these confessionals, you can tell he thinks that he's being persuasive to you. And there's something in it that just like it the anger it stirs up within me
He's
watching
like,
him
oh
talk
yeah, I got him. I got him by the. I don't know what I was gonna say. I don't know
by
what
the
the
balls,
phrase is.
by the
Yeah, he's
ovaries.
like,
Yeah.
they're eating this right out of my hand. You're
Yeah.
not.
Hey there, guys. Editing Mara, watching this back and realizing, even though we talked for an hour and a half, I did not say the one thing that has driven me the most crazy about Cody this season, and just him in general, which is that he is constantly talking about how he wants to be the head of the family, but takes no accountability for anything. And that is like antithetical to leadership. The whole point, like, I don't agree with the head of the family thing. That's not how I would want my family to be structured. But if you're going to be the leader, if you're going to be in charge, part of that is taking accountability for things. And he literally, I don't think the only thing he takes accountability for this season is not being in love with them. He takes no accountability for his actions. And the same with Robyn. If she's going to be functionally the head wife, the question I wish they had asked them in the tell all was, can you name something that is completely your fault, that is not the fault of your religious beliefs, that is not the fault of the other wives? What is something that you can say was 100% your fault in the relationships in your family? I wish they had asked every adult that, but particularly Robyn and Cody. And I think it would have been very telling that Janelle, Christine, and Meri all take accountability for things that they did wrong. And I bet you dollars to donuts that neither Cody nor Robyn would be willing to do it. And that is what the biggest thing that drives me crazy. Okay, back to us. You can't fight this impeccable logic I'm laying down.
Oh, those impeccable pecs, you mean? That because
He
he
is.
is only a piece of meat. Janelle only wanted him for his pecs.
Are the pecs in the room with us, sir?
I ain't seen
Where's
near.
the six
I have
pack?
not seen a peak, a hill, a mound. You want pecs? You know where I've seen pecs? Hassan Piker, but that's not the point here.
Listen,
Whew.
those thighs.
Woo! Jesus, touch me. What an insane man.
Crush me, crush me, crush
I
me.
feel like they must be.
He, I mean, he did that watermelon challenge.
Mm,
Yeah,
bless him.
yeah. Just like that, we're just like taking a moment to contemplate. It's like that's what it's like to have something where somebody would treat him like a piece of meat. But
Yeah.
like Cody
Cody,
Brown with his ramen
please,
hair and his
please.
tendrils.
Ain't nobody objectifying you, homie. No one is coming after you.
No.
He's just.
Yeah. I
The
just
worst.
yeah, he keeps it he and he's doubled down on that line several times, and he like really wants us to believe that Janelle has stayed with him all these years because he's like her pool boy.
That's it.
Like that's
She
all she wants from
she orders
him.
him around the house in a banana hammock, and she, gets.
Why would you say that? Ugh. Perish the thought. I already had to see him as gross little tidy whatevers when he jumped into that leech
Oh
filled
God.
pond.
Oh, why did they do that?
I don't know. That
It didn't.
pond is like just a
That didn't
breeding
look like
ground
it
for
was.
dysentery.
Yes, I was like, I would not. I wouldn't even put my foot in there.
I don't even want to be within
They put whole
20 feet.
body. Ugh.
Ugh.
What a piece of work. So you were saying, where do we think this goes from here? Or do we have any other?
Yeah, well, because
I think
like
we've covered a lot.
so we're at the end of the season. Meri has finally, like, she seems like she's ready to move on.
Hmm.
Christine is giddy and to the honestly to the I mean, I'm aromantic, so maybe I just don't get this, but I'm like, this is kind of annoying, like how obsessed she is with David, but like she's in love. I'm happy for her, but I'm like, I don't
He's
get
the
it.
best. I'm a soulmate,
I want to
baby,
stare into those eyes every day.
baby.
Baby. But I'm happy for her. I'm glad. But she's like giddy in love.
Yeah, she
And
is.
Janelle seems just like so at peace compared to
Hmm.
where she's been. So like they're thriving. Robyn and Cody seem like they have never been more miserable. Cody literally says he hates his life, and I'm like, can we just end it here? This seems like everybody got what they deserve.
Literally, he seems like, I'm like, but you've done this to yourself.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you expect,
A
how
mess
you've treated people.
entirely of your own making.
He literally, like, I just, and you know how they all have said, like, he's changed. He's just angry. He's paranoid. Oh, how Robyn said that. So the host was asking if he's like sabotaging their relationship,
He
and
tries
Robyn's
to.
like, he picks fights with me, and he's just he's so paranoid, and like, I'm like,
He like
oh.
he like wants to line all women up and boo 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 boo, and I'm like, run.
Yeah,
That is
I was
so
like,
scary.
terrible analogy. I don't know what you were trying to say, girl. Do you do you ever think they'll get divorced?
I don't know. It's like I could see it going either way. I really could. What do you think?
I I don't. I'd want to say no because of how weird they are together. Like my
Like
soulmate and
who
love.
else wants them?
Ain't nobody. But then Robyn saying she wants maybe maybe the question should be: do you find it more likely that they'll get a divorce or that they'll add another wife? Like they'll get a second wife, essentially.
Divorce.
Since okay,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think Cody wants to do this again.
yeah, because
I
I
think he
think.
might cheat on her,
Ooh,
but I don't think he
not
wants
outside
like
the realm of
another wife.
possibility. Because I feel like he doesn't, but and I don't know if she truly does or if she just keeps telling herself that she wants sister wives. Because then that, if she really did, that would be my guess why they would get divorced. If she was like, "You ruined it. I don't want to just you get on my last nerve being here all the time." But I
That
also don't
that
see
I
that
think is
happening.
possible.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
he would aggravate me. But
Yeah.
so I'm like,
I honestly could see him cheating on her and that being why they ended up getting a divorce. Or just her, yeah, like realizing he fucking sucks. If he doesn't have anyone else to direct his anger at
yeah.
and it just starts being directed at her, like
Especially if he just keeps up with this, like as he further gets further along. It's funny that it's how he projects that he says this about Christine talking about him to David when it's really probably him bitching about Christine all the time to Robyn.
yeah.
I'd be like, shut up.
I
God,
will
she's
say
gone. I'm here.
yeah, I did appreciate that because Suki is not always my favorite interviewer. Like, she doesn't ask the questions I want her to ask.
Yeah.
But I did appreciate that she shut that line of stuff down pretty quick. Of like,
Hmm.
literally everybody has said they want you to be happy for, like,
Yeah.
they are
She's
happy for
like,
you. They want
she's
you to be
over
happy.
it. She's
Yeah,
over
I think she
it.
towards the end she just was like, I cannot keep talking to these people about this nonsense.
No.
But yeah, I don't know where the show like. It
I
seems
don't,
like it's going to continue,
but it
but
doesn't make sense because they're all like, well, I guess Janelle will be in Flagstaff, but she's not with Cody or socializing with them,
no,
and Meri and Christine are in Utah.
Utah.
So it doesn't the show as it doesn't make sense for it to continue. I'm sure it will in the same manner. Um
But like we're about to get a wedding special, and then I guess we're gonna hop back in time.
ugh, which is so weird.
It's just it
And it's
like
like obviously you don't change Sister Wives is the name, but it's like none of now they're all it's just wife.
ex-wives.
Why ex-wives and Cody and his current wife, like what do you
Like
call it?
I would be happy to watch Meri like maybe renovate the inn and date. Like
Yeah.
sure. Um I forget who I saw saying this, but I feel like I heard someone saying that Janelle and Christine should go on like a road trip and interview different ex-polygamists.
Mm,
And I'm like,
I'd
that
watch
would
it.
be really interesting.
I'd
Like, I would
watch it.
watch
We
that.
need like sister wives, or it needs to be like post sister wives. Like we don't need Robyn and Cody.
No, what do they add to the show other than just
Nothing but
like
lies
anger and
and
making me
drama.
scared that someone's going to hurt someone?
Yeah. So like let's follow the three ex-wives, so like post sister wives in their new lives, seeing Meri, yeah, with the B&B and whatever with her friends. Maybe she
Yeah.
starts dating, maybe Janelle starts dating, or they do a road trip or they do whatever together and we maybe you see some of the older
Yeah.
kids, maybe you don't. The
Or
grandbabies,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, or Robyn has to get an actual storyline.
Because what
Her
she's done
storyline
nothing.
can't be,
She's just in the house
having jewelry
crying.
and Russian
Oh
paintings
my
in her
god.
house. Like that cannot be her full story. It's so
She's just in
boring.
this closet. I
Like she's got to have something else going on, and I don't know if that is looking for another sister wife or like
I
her
need
like
maybe she needs a
starting
job.
another business, or I don't know, but like she adds literally nothing to the show. So like,
I just want to know after all these years why they don't give them glam.
hello, those eyebrow, yeah.
They don't have to be dolled up like the Housewives of Beverly Hills, but I need sister Robyn and Meri especially. And I am not one to talk. 'Cause I am not no makeup guru, but
But
the
Robyn, get
haircuts.
Brielle or Brianna or
Yes,
Aurora to do your brows. Surely they can help you.
please. And ma'am, you need to brush out them curls a little bit, Shirley Temple. Come on.
Get the Dyson Airwrap and
We
just
need,
do like a blowout.
yeah, we need
Like,
some bigger. Them curls
yeah,
too tight. They're
yeah.
giving Easter Sunday. You're giving Easter Sunday. Meri's haircut on that reunion was terrible. It was
Mary's
terrible.
hair is very 2000s.
Awful.
Yeah, Robin's brows were better in the reunion because I think somebody else did them.
They're
But like,
so. They're just so.
yeah, I don't.
They look at me. Look at me.
I just like I need her. I like if Cody and Robyn are going to stay on the show, they have to have something else that they're doing. But I just saw an interview with Janelle, or no, with Christine, and the host asked her, "What is it that Cody does for work?" And Christine said, "Oh, I literally have no idea. I
Oh,
don't know what he does all day."
inquiring minds want to know.
Like, and I don't know if that's just her being bitter as his ex, but like,
No, I feel like
it's
she really don't
never
know.
like
We don't.
what does
He's
he
never on
do?
there. Like I'm like, how is? I know they have like the show money, but I'm still like, okay, if you take the kids to school, then what do you do after
Is it
that?
like investments? Is it like fake business? I don't know what they are, but like
I wouldn't be surprised if he was a scammer.
I think
Something.
he is.
But yeah, I'm just
I
like,
bet he
what?
goes to jail eventually for tax fraud. Doesn't he seem like somebody who
Yes,
commits tax fraud?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, indeed. But yeah, they need something that is not bitching about the other wives or trying to make
No.
them stay. Like you need, I don't know, y'all need to pay off this land and start building on the house. Maybe your interior
Yeah.
decorating something.
Build a house, like you need something.
Because if not, please stop wasting camera time on the people. I want to
Yeah.
see the others.
Or make them like friends of like on Housewives.
Yes.
Like demote them to just being like on there occasionally and stick
Yeah.
with people who actually let us see what's going on in their life
Yes.
and like give us real content.
This is oh one thing. Now I understand people want privacy and there's boundaries, but when
You're
you
on a reality
sign up to
television
be on
show.
reality TV, this pisses me off about like Real Housewives of Potomac right now. When people who are like to they have stuff going on, but they don't want to bring it up on the show or like, oh, I'm not going to talk about that. You're reality TV. Hello, this is like without what's going on in your life that we have you have no plot. You have no point to be here. Like stop hiding beyond
Yeah.
that stuff. But yes, friends of would be definitely better. So maybe occasionally Christine's like, oh yeah, I went down to
Yeah.
take Truly. My only thing is, do you think because Savannah has now graduated, but I know one of her sons did buy a house in Flagstaff, I think, or did he buy
Garrison
it in
did.
Utah?
Yeah, no, Garrison's in Flagstaff
So do you
permanently
think
now.
Janelle will stay in Flagstaff?
I really hope not. I
I
really,
just, even though
really
her
hope
son is, I
she
feel like she should move. There's
I think
nothing.
she needs to go back to Utah. That's where she just has
Her
more
bestie is.
well, she just like, they lived there for a very long time. I think they're from
Yeah.
Utah.
Where
Like,
is her? Are
her
her
mom
parents still alive?
passed.
Okay.
Remember, because her mom was married to Cody's dad,
Oh
and she passed. And I don't know where her dad I don't know if he'd already passed or if she's estranged or just not as close. But I don't know. I feel like Utah is like closer to being the epicenter of where people come back to.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I heard that they're spending Christmas in North Carolina, Christine and
Mm.
Janelle and all the kids.
Oh.
Which I think is nice. And I know that they had talked about this season, like her and Christine had talked about like buying a couple of small houses in the places where the kids are so
Yeah.
that they could just like go visit.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
But I don't know. Janelle, I do not think should stay in Flagstaff because, like, what does
Mm-mm.
she have there? It's
Because yeah, she's
expensive.
just renting and waiting indefinitely for this stupid land, and so
Make them buy you out of it
yeah.
and
Because like I'm
get
sure it's
out.
pretty, and you want to build on there, but I'm sure you could find a pretty. There are pretty.
Did
There
you
are
see the
beautiful
view
views in
from?
Utah.
Yeah, did you see the view from Christine's new house?
There are beautiful
Gorgeous.
views in Utah, and now obviously you probably have to be further out, which Coyote Pass is obviously not in Flagstaff, a little further
Yeah.
outside. But so I'm just, I just wonder if Cody would do that, or if he would be bitter, like, because is it in her name?
Yes. I think that
Like,
there
does
has to
she?
be I wonder because she's been I think that's part of why she doesn't want to say she's divorced. I think she's been trying to play nice with him to get all of the
Mm-hmm.
legal stuff settled. That's my
Yeah.
theory. But like
But
she
she doesn't,
needs
as a
to
legal, not legal marriage, they can't go to court and say, hey, you can get this or
oh, you
percentage of
can
this.
but they were business partners. Like it was all going into that family business that they were all supposed to own, like an
Mm-hmm.
LLC.
Oh, okay.
So like I think that
Because that's a big thing. I think if she got out of that, then that obviously gives her finances to move. And I don't know if Savannah was going to college there or going to college at all or what she was doing. I
I
just
don't
feel like
know.
Flagstaff is not the spot. Mm-mm.
I don't know. I don't love it. I will say also, I know I do love Janelle and Christine. They are not perfect people. There are
No.
problematic faves. They are MLMers.
Yep.
Also, like just the fact that they like
They're still
what all they've put their kids through in this.
yeah.
And
Put them on
sometimes they
national
just
TV.
yeah, and some of the things they do, I'm just like, this is just not like when Janelle said she still holds Cody in a high regard at the end of, I'm like, please
For
tell me that's
what?
a strategic thing for your lawyers to get better positioning with him
Yeah.
because like
Because
if you
what?
actually hold him in high regard after all of this, I think
Girl.
much less of you.
Yes. I hope it's a long con. Or not a con, but to get that. Because I'm like, hold him in what? That man
Like
ain't shit.
he treats you and your kids like trash.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
I don't know. But so they're, problematic faves, but like I don't know. I would love to see the show either end
Yeah.
and like have a different show of some
Spin-off.
kind. Um or
Yeah. I don't
yeah, I
know.
don't know. It can't keep going like this cuz it's just miserable to watch.
But because in between when I was catching up, there was a lot of long seasons where I'm like, we don't need all of these episodes. There's not a lot going on. So they've been doing it
Yeah,
for a long time. So I wouldn't be surprised.
if they just hang in there.
But I would hope they wouldn't, because it's not like I don't want to watch some of it, but we need something new.
Yeah.
We need a change.
It's like this is the payoff we've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
Was for
And
them to all leave his raggedy
yes.
ass and now
And
that they
because
have it's
like
like
most of the kids are grown too. So like
yeah,
it just needs a change
it needs a
in
reboot.
general. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
TLC.
Maybe like yeah, maybe some kind of road trip show, maybe like a cooking show with Christine. I know they've done some web series with that. Like just get Cody and Robyn off of my screens and give me
Yeah.
more of the ones that I like or who have interesting things going on that they're willing to show us. Like
Yes.
that's what I'm looking for.
Yes.
So,
Indeed. We can only hope. We'll see.
well, that was another megasode, I feel like.
Yes. Are you gonna watch the wedding
Oh yeah.
episodes?
Yeah,
Episodes?
of course. I'm
I'm
very
so
happy for her. It's like I
yes.
said, I'm a romantic, so I don't totally get the ooey gooey whatever.
The
But she looked. I saw the pictures already. It looked beautiful, and all the
yeah.
like a lot, all but Gwen are at. The kids are there,
Yeah.
and Robin's kids aren't there. I don't think.
I just liked that she was like, now that I'm older and obviously this isn't polygamy, like this is, we can invite who we want. We don't not have to pressure to invite people and like
Yeah,
it's like
I
yeah,
thought Meri handled that with a lot of class too.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought
She's
that
like,
was a
no, it's
nice
people
moment.
you want to. I was proud of her for saying that.
I was too.
And I was like, all right,
Hmm.
you still have some growing to do, but you're uh, good job,
Come a
Mary.
long way,
Yes.
Meri. Yeah.
Yes, everyone needs therapy, but
Every last one of them
yeah.
needs intensive therapy, not with fucking Nancy or whatever her name
Oh my
is.
God, the family is there. No, no,
No,
no.
get somebody who's an actual doctor level psychologist to help you because you guys got some shit to work through.
Yeah, a lot. A
Yeah.
lot of years of trauma to unpack.
Yeah.
So, woo!
Whew.
Sister
Well, hopefully, yeah, I don't know when we'll talk to you again about Sister Wives, but you know, it does tie in very neatly to our interests in Mormonism and mess. So
yes, a perfect match up.
it's a
Mormonism
circle. The
mess.
Venn diagram is a
Yeah.
circle on that one. So
Mormonism is okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna say that.
Ding. What are we going to talk about next time, Jess?
I don't know. I forgot already. Is it about Jill Duggar? Is that next
No,
time?
though it is coming. We
Is
promise
that
at some
cruise?
point,
Is that
guys.
cruise talk?
Yeah, cruise talk, I
Oh
think.
my God. Oh, okay. Next time. So 9 month world cruise TikTok is my current obsession,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna tell you about it.
Yes,
If you're
I'm
already
excited.
already on there, because I keep saving videos and I keep watching them, and I'm just like,
I've been getting them, I think, because you're watching them. So I understand some, but not all.
yeah,
So we'll talk about that.
there might be some drama. I mean, there's little bit, not a lot of it, because this is maybe the first week of the cruise, so it's just only gonna increase.
Yeah, we got to give them time to
Hmm.
develop hatred for each other.
It's a floating small town,
Yeah,
so
we'll see.
yeah.
Um, but I think that this is our last episode of the year. So thank you everyone for a
Yeah.
great
Oh
2023.
my God.
I know.
Yeah. Hurrah for us.
Your Christmas gift, your New
You're
Year's gift
welcome.
is Sister Wives. Sister Wives deep dive.
It is quite a gift. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. But reminder that we should need to help Palestine and Sudan and Congo and Tigray, like all the things. This end of the year holiday season. I know that they're not super successful right now in getting donations into Palestine, but at some point, aid is going to be needed. So, like,
Oh my
get
God.
those end of the year matching
The
dollars where
video
you
with all
can.
of the trucks just sitting outside of the Rafa
Oh,
waiting.
yeah, yep. They're like chomping at the bit trying to get in there and they can't. But at
Yeah.
some point, they will be able to. I have
Yes.
hope. And they will
Yeah.
need all of the funding they can get to
Yeah.
rebuild. So, end of the year
Yep.
matching dollars. If you can find, like, if your work does it, I know mine does for some
Yeah.
charities, like, get that in.
Yep. Yes. Yes.
I know.
Oh.
But
So.
it's hopefully we're hopeful for a more peaceful and happy 2024.
We
Gotta
can
have
only
hope.
hope. Yeah.
Gotta have
We
hope.
gotta hold on.
Um, but yeah, I just, end of the year thought we should say good wishes to people. I don't know.
Yes. That's all I want for Christmas is world peace. Well, no, literally. I know
Yeah.
it's not possible, but I wish because why not? We're on a floating rock, okay? Like
In the
we should
middle of the
all be
void.
frolicking, eating a cookie, baking, looking at butterflies, but no, greed.
Work, greed,
Oh,
violence.
capitalism. I hate it.
And that's why we have to watch Sister Wives. And that's why we need
Yes.
this time at the end of the year to take a deep
Yeah.
breath and refocus. But
I'm just gonna let, as
yeah.
you rot in bed, watch this.
I call this my Victorian child wasting days.
I love it. I don't want to move.
Like a with consumption, like
tea.
I need to go to the seaside to get fresh air.
Yes,
Please,
that's what I
Pop.
want to do. I want to stay in the bed by the seaside with the window open. Damn.
Yeah, with like a little parasol.
Yes.
And like, yeah,
A little shawl.
yeah. Please, Father, take me to the sea.
We're not asking for much.
Yeah. Oh, Jess, where can people find you when you're wasting away?
When I drag myself from my Victorian bed, I make videos on Jess Owens on the YouTubes.
Mm-hmm.
And then Said by Jess on Instagram and TikTok are my main spots.
Yeah.
Where do you be like, whoa?
Same places, except at Books Like Whoa. And, yeah.
Well,
thank you for
joining us.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Thank you, Jess, for having podcasting fun with me this year.
I'm glad we did it.
Mm-hmm.
It took us a while to start there, but we're here now.
We're here. We're queer.
Yeah.
And
leave us a 5-star review.
We love New Year's. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Bars.
Oh, we'll see you in 2024. Okay, thanks. Bye.